Hey Shalom. First off, I give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Bachar Kodash. That belongs to the apostles and elders of GMS that teach us this word. And Shalom to the hopeful elect upon the four corners of this earth that try to make it up out of here in truth and in sincerity. So this lesson I wanted to bring out is going to be talking about speaking when the season is correct to do so. Because in the scriptures do say to that wise man bridle his tongue. I may be butchering that, but it's something along the lines of that. To hold your tongue. There's multiple scriptures that talk about that, but if we started off, let's start off with Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1. It says, "To everything there's a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven." So it says a time to every purpose, and to everything there's a season, and what are the jobs of the seasons? They come when it's their time to. Winter comes for a reason. Winter comes when it comes, so that it's that time for all the nature you see to die, and that nature dies and it rests. And then spring comes along, and what's spring's job? Well, it's time for those plants and that nature and those trees. It's time for them to flourish again. The temperature changes. All the quality of outside changes. But if it was to stay one season the whole year, there would be problems. If it was to stay winter the whole year, there would be problems. So with that being said, that's why you have to know the correct season to do to do things within yourself, regarding your conversation. You gotta know the season, because here, if you read on, it says a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. So it's you got to find these times for these certain things. So with that being said, there's a time when you're supposed to speak as well, because here, let me get this right here. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 23. It says, "And refrain not to speak when there is occasion to do good, and hide not thy wisdom in her beauty." And what's a key part of that verse? It says, when there is occasion to do good. That's when it's that season. It's that season to do good. So what's an example of doing good? It says, "Hide not thy wisdom in her beauty." So wisdom, if you just go up randomly to somebody, you're at work and you just randomly go up to a coworker, minding his business, and you start speaking the truth, that's not wisdom in its beauty, because it's not the right time. You at like a party or something, and everybody's turning up. You got people doing their own thing, and then you just walk up to somebody and start yelling the truth at them, as if you're on the highways or something. That's not the correct season. That's not wisdom in its beauty. But if you use wisdom in its beauty in the correct season, then wisdom is going to be beautiful. It's going to be like, dang, this was the expedient moment to hear that. So what's an example of that? Let's say somebody is coming up to you and they're asking for answers. They don't know the full truth of the scriptures. Then what's it your job, if you know the answer that they're looking for, or you basically know how to solve their questions? What do you do in that situation? You speak up. You say something. You give them that you give you do your part of giving them that truth. Because that's the correct season to speak. That's the correct season to come forth with that wisdom. That's wisdom in its beauty. And it's saying this is a demand. It says, refrain not to speak when there is occasion to do good. So, hey, if it's the expedient time and you hold back, because it's not only talking about when, when someone is doesn't know a piece of information. It could be you could be a witness to something, and instead of sitting back and just being a bystander, you could be a witness and you could bring forth information that helps for good. Here, let's get Ephesians chapter 4 verse 29. This is Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 29. It says, let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. It says let no corrupt communication come out of your mouth. But if that communication is good for edifying and you bring it out, that's the correct season for it. If your communication is for building, that's the correct season. Let's get the definition of that word corrupt, as a matter of fact. Is this Strong's G4550, and the pronunciation is sapros, and it says rotten, putrefied, corrupted by one, and no longer fit for use, worn out. And this is the definition that I'm looking for. It says of poor quality, bad, unfit for use, worthless. It says unfit for use. And that's the key right there. You bring something forth, or you speak when it's fit for use. When it's the time for that. And speech isn't always about edifying, of course, because you have your normal talk when in folly or something like that. But this is just talking about for the correct time, when there's a serious or solemn thing going on. You do hold your tongue, just being wise, and you speak, but you using that wisdom, you speak when it's the time to do so. And if you have wisdom, you're gonna know when that time is, And it's given the keys right here. It says, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. So, hey, with that being said, once again, I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem L'chai Kodash. And with that being said, hey, Shalom.